want to speak?
To be silent.
Okay, well, we had a little bit of an internet issue there. We're back online. We move over to G14. I don't think, I'll just re-announce it. G13, 14 on page 215. This is 3151 West Elm Road LLC versus City of Franklin. This is a final settlement agreement. Previously, we discussed and paid authorized settlement amount. This is the settlement agreement. Mr. City Attorney.
Signed copy that was handed out at your place today.
And who was the maker and second?
I
Clerks on it, Alderman Hanneman. All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. G15 on page 221 is the approval of a tax incremental number 8 development agreement between the City of Franklin and SFT Franklin Oakwood LLC. Do you want to give us the highlights?
Sure.
Madam Director of Administration.
So this is the HSA agreement, HSA Commercial Real Estate Council discussed in closed session again, June 7th and September 6th, due to the negotiation element. The main terms, developer meets and maintains a value of at least 17.5 million over the course of the agreement. In consideration of the performance by the developer, the city would pay payments of 1,025,000 per Schedule 1 on page 23 of the agreement, which is page 244 in your packet. The net present value of these payments is 590,000 in today's dollars. It is equitable. Council wanted to, make sure we took into account the whole development of the corporate park, and that has been done.
to approve.
Second.
Hanneman, Holfer. Other discussion? All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, G16, authorization for purchase of public park. Madam Director.
So again, this item has been discussed by council a number of times in closed session due to the need to negotiate, with the most recent meeting being on August 16th, when the council directed the mayor and the city clerk to execute an offer to purchase. Since then, staff has received an acceptance from the property owner. We're now asking council to formally authorize the purchase, including the funding plan as outlined in this item G16. If authorized, staff will proceed with finalizing the purchase with Knight Berry, who has been assisting us with the process, and will present a formal budget amendment on October 4th.
I move to authorize the purchase.
Second.
Third,
Mr. City Attorney.
just with regards to detail, the offer made by the city has been accepted, and it is a binding acceptance. So it's a legally enforceable contract, as is, as I understand it, the request from the title company was for their file and wanted minutes indicating the city will be buying this lands for purpose of a public use. And it's been clear from the start that the purpose has been for public and recreational institutional use, including funding portions mentioned on the council action sheet. So unless the Director of Administration disagrees.
I do disagree, because at the closed session, council directed, and when we came out of closed session, council directed staff to proceed as discussed in closed session and authorize the mayor and the city clerk to execute the documents as will be finalized. We need to finalize it. We need an execution of a purchase.
I understood as will be finalized is what staff finalized then. For the offer, and then the offer was delivered. Okay,
Again,
is what
potato,
it is.
potato. Council, I'm asking you to approve this so that the closing agent has proof that the council in open session approved a purchase of a park. If you don't want to do that, that's fine.
I view this as belt and
But
suspenders.
it should add on the motion, it's for public park purposes.
For a public park in
the Okay.
southwest area of the city.
All right, never mind.
Alderman Will.
You mean the entire motion? Or did you because you didn't read the whole thing, you only read that
I
part?
meant the entire.
Okay, thanks for that clarification. And then my comment is on the last and a pretty large share, not the biggest share, but a pretty large share of 305,732 says it's coming from the share of the TID 3 or fund balance. I would ask that you would consider not removing TID 3's funding because if we have any projects coming up in the District 3. I know it's closed, but that's the remaining funds, right? Right, but what if the county comes in tomorrow and says, we're going to redo College Avenue and you have to pay for the sidewalk? Because you know we have to pay for the sidewalk.
It's not an
So-
eligible TID cost.
You just want to push my buttons tonight, that's all.
But
But
a park is,
Absolutely not. This has nothing to do with TID 3. TID 3 spending period
no,
and
no,
closure is done. So there could be no more
I'm not
money
talking
spent.
about TID 3.
Get it, get it.
I'm-
TID 3 remainder funds are TIDs available after the TID is closed that the council has 100%
it.
discretion on using. The reason I said TID remainder funds or fund balance is because we don't have an audit done yet on TID 3, and that's going to be done in the coming weeks. So we just want to make sure, again, council directed this in closed session. So I'm just following through on that direction.
Okay, so I think everybody completely misunderstood what I was trying to say. And I was just saying that TID 3 was put in District 3. And there are a lot of things that people in the area had to deal with and are still dealing with of that. Some they like, some they don't. But if there was any opportunity to leave the District 3, some funds for something else, if we could find it, we're probably not going to or willing to, but I'm just saying that if there was an opportunity to use a different fund balance for a share of it and leave some, not in the TID, but leave some fundings for a future project in District 3 because the extra are a result of that. If that means.
yeah, that's, no. It's, anyway, Madam Director of Administration.
So no, the city cannot leave money in TID
I
3.
didn't say
That's not
you did.
allowed. The request was just to leave money for TID 3.
No,
The-
it was
for
not
District
to leave
3.
it Into 3, I said. you
So
cannot
the
go
item is,
3. Why does everybody twist around what I say?
so the
Just-
question is, does council want to make that determination today? Or would the council just like to use those funds as directed? And then if something came up, you could certainly use fund balance if required or another appropriate funding source. The reason I'm suggesting that is fund balance should be our last resort because when we borrow money, our rating agencies care if we use fund balance. Now, if it's one time and very infrequent, it's not a horrible idea. But anytime we can avoid doing it, it's really a best practice to do that.
Okay, gonna. Alderman Hope.
My understanding during previous sessions with that was that it would be a short-term fund balance transfer, more or less. Is that correct?
That would only be if we don't have our audit done by the time we bring the budget amendment back.
But this
We're-
was the way we always looked at it and having flexibility with those funds. Thank you.
My motion remains with the funding as outlined on our action sheet.
Anyone else? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. G17, we're gonna go on closed. We did licenses, so we move on to vouchers. Is there a motion approving city vouchers with an ending date of September 15th in the amount of $1,056,244.20 and property tax disbursements with an ending date of September 15th in the amount of $3,716.42 and payroll dated September 9th in the amount of $430,882.63 and payments to various payroll deductions in the amount of $235,227.07 plus city matching payments and payroll estimated for September 23rd in the amount of $460,000 and payments to the various payroll deductions estimated at $445,000 plus city matching payments and approval to release payment to Haddock Law Group IOLTA in the amount of $51,500.
Move to approve.
Second.
Hofer and Eichmann, Madam Clerk.
Alderman Nelson.
Aye.
Alderman Barber.
Aye.
Alderwoman Hanneman.
Aye.
Alderwoman Wilhelm.
Aye.
Alderwoman Eichmann.
Aye.
Alderman Hofer.
Aye.
Motion carries 6 ayes, no nos, no absence, no abstentions. We move back to G17. Is there a motion to enter closed session pursuant to Wisconsin Stat 1985 sub 1 sub F, considering financial, medical, social, or personal histories or disciplinary data of specific persons, preliminary consideration of specific personnel problems, or an investigation of charges against specific persons where paragraph B applies, which if discussed in public would likely have substantial adverse effect upon the reputation of any person referred to in such histories or data or involved in such problems or investigations, and re-enter open session at the same place thereafter to act on such matters therein as they discussed.
So moved.
Second.
Hofer and Hanneman, sorry, Mike. Madam Clerk.
Alderman Hofer.
Aye.
Alderwoman Eichmann.
Aye.
Alderwoman Wilhelm.
Aye.
Alderwoman Hanneman.
Aye.
Alderman Barber.
Aye.
Alderman Nelson.
Aye.
Motion carries 6 ayes, no nos, no absent, no abstentions. We are in closed session. Yes. Yes. Quick, it's gonna be 10:25. Nobody can argue about it. It is 10:25. We're back in open. It's 10:25. We're back in open session. No action to be taken on the items discussed in closed session. Is there a motion to adjourn? Hofer and Wilhelm, all those in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. We are adjourned.